In this tutorial, I want to show you how to crochet these hexagon bags with the straps. It has plenty of space, it's fairly easy to do, and let's jump right into it. For this project, I will use a yarn for 5 to 6 millimeter needles. I will use my 6 millimeter crochet hook, a basting needle, and scissors. To do the flower hexagon, we will start with the color yellow, and I will do a magic ring. So put the yarn around your thumb like this. I like to hold it in the back. Go in with your hook, grab the yarn, get out and twist it, yarn over and pull through, do a chain. And this is our magic ring. And into this magic ring we need a total number of 12 half double crochets, but I will do 1 half double crochet as a chain. So I make one more chain and I will mark this stitch because this is where I will end my round. So this counts as my first half double crochet, and I will do 11 more. So yarn around your hook, go through the magic ring, yarn over and pull through. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops at the same time. Whoops, I split my yarn there. Now we got it. All right, this is number 2. So yarn around your hook, go through the magic ring, yarn over, pull through. 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops at the same time. Number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and before we get to the last one, number 12, before I finish this with this color, I will switch because I want to change to a new color now to do the flower petals, and I will pull a little on my magic ring. And it's important when you change colors that you do not finish your last stitch with the old color. You need to switch to this. This is my new color, the lavender, and pull through to finish your last stitch. So this is my stitch number 12. I will pull on these yarns to keep the stitches tight. And as I said, I will finish my round with a slip stitch through this stitch I marked earlier. I will remove my stitch marker, and this is the chain I will need to go through. So first through here. It's a little tough with the big hook, I feel. Then through here. Because you could go around here and just do a slip stitch in this space right here, but I really want to get the top chain. So now I got it, and I will pull, yarn over and pull through, and also pull through the loop on my hook. And this is the first round. And now I will close my magic ring more. I'm pulling on the yellow end. So closing the magic ring as much as possible. And just use both ends to tie a knot. This is the back of the bag, so you will not see this in the end. And we will weave in these 2 yarn tails later on. All right, so our first row is done. I will now start with the lavender color by doing a chain of 2, 1, 2, and slip stitches into the second stitch of the hook. So this would be the next stitch. We skip this one, so we go through here and do a slip stitch. So get the yarn and go right through the loop on your hook. And we will repeat a chain of 2, skip the next stitch, go through this one, and do a slip stitch. I split the yarn, go through here and do a slip stitch. We're creating chain 2 spaces like this one. So a chain of 2, skip the next, go through this one and do a slip stitch. 6 times in total. Chain of 2, slip stitch right here, chain of 2, slip stitch right here, and the last one, chain of 2, is going to be on top of that already the chain or the stitch that already has the new color. It is the last stitch of the row, so don't think you're in the wrong spot. This is the last stitch. So we're all the way around. We have chain 2 and slip stitches. So we created these chain 2 spaces where we will attach the flower petals now. And to do this, we need to move our stitch into this chain 2 space right here. This is the first chain 2 space. So do a slip stitch through this chain 2 space. So we move over here. Into this chain 2 space, we create the first petal by doing a chain of 2 and 4 double crochets. So yarn around your hook, go through the chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, first 2, yarn over, last 2. Repeat in total for 4 times. 1, this is the second one, number 3, and this is number 4. Now we will do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and a slip stitch in the same chain 2 space. We're still in that chain 2 space. And pull through. And now we need to move over to the next chain 2 space right here. So I go through here and I do another slip stitch just to move over. And I will repeat the same thing I did here. Chain of 2, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a chain of 2, 1, 2, and a slip stitch into the same chain 2 space. So this is our second flower petal done. We need to move over to the next chain 2 space, so go through and do a slip stitch, and then repeat the same thing. Chain of 2, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then again a chain of 2, 1 and 2, and the slip stitch in the same chain 2 space. All right, do a slip stitch, and then we move over to the next chain 2 space. Slip stitch, chain 2, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and a slip stitch into the same chain 2 space. And then we slip stitch into the next one, do a chain of 2, 4 double crochets. I will do this faster now. And the flower petal with a chain of 2 and a slip stitch into the same chain 2 space, and we get to the last one, go through, do a slip stitch, chain 2, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, and you can always push the stitches you made a little on this chain. So if you don't have enough room, just squeeze or just push over your stitches, tie it together. 3 and 4, a chain of 2, 1 and 2, and a slip stitch into the same chain 2 space. All right, and this is our flower. And now we need to create chain spaces in the back where we can attach the hexagon shape. And to do this, I will do a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we will do a back post single crochet around this slip stitches we did. So I will go through the chain space. I'm in the back of the flower, so this is the front, okay? I go through this chain 2 space here, which is the next chain 2 space from my chain of 3, and I come back through the next chain 2 space because I want to crochet around this single crochets, these single crochets. I yarn over and pull through. And now we will do a single crochet. So we have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. And you created a chain 2 space or a chain 3 space in the back of the flower. This is the front and this is the back. And you can barely see the stitch you made around these slip stitches here. Let's do this again. We will do a chain of 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we will again go through the chain 2 space here and come back through the chain 2 space here, yarn over and pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. So we did a single crochet and we have the second chain 3 space. Repeat, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, go through this chain 2 space, come back through this chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Do this again. Chain 2 space, chain 2 space, yarn over and pull through both loops. Chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. Chain 2 space, chain 2 space, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we get to the last chain 2, the last 2 slip stitches. And what I like to do is go through here and then come out through here, but keep the chain 3 on top here. Just keep it out of your way. Don't crochet around it. If you go like this, you will crochet it down. See? So just try to keep this out of your way. Go through this chain 2 space, come out this chain 2 space, yarn over and pull through, and do your single crochet. And this is all the 6 chain 3 spaces we created in the back of the flower. And we will cut our yarn and fasten off because we will switch to a new color now. And what I will do now is weave in these tails so they're out of my way. But I can leave this one because we can crochet this one in. You could technically crochet this one in as well as soon as you start the flower petals. But I kind of forgot, or I just rather would weave this in. So I just go through these stitches here and I find my way to the flower petal and just weave in this yarn. And I am ready for color number 3. This is the flower from the back now with our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 3 spaces. And just grab your new color. In my case, it's green. And pick any chain space you want. I will go with the first one. So I will go through the chain space here. And I will also make sure I have this yarn end in my hand or on top of my hook. I grab the new color and I will do a slip stitch. So go through the chain space and just do a slip stitch. At the same time, I crochet in, I will squeeze this a little to the right if I can manage. At the same time I crochet in my lavender end, I will also crochet in the green end here. We will do 4 double crochets into each chain space, and I will start with a chain of 2, which will count as my first double crochet. And I will mark my top stitch. I will do a looser stitch now. I will mark my top stitch so we know where to end the round. So this is my first double crochet. Yarn over, go through the chain 2 space. Get the yarn and pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Yarn over, go through the last 2. So this is my second double crochet. I will fix this here, pull a little on the yarn. And I need 2 more. So yarn over, go through the same chain 3 space. 3 loops on your hook, through the first 2, through the last 2. So we have 3 now. 1 more. Go through the chain space. I'm trying to get all the yarn ends right. Go through the chain space. Through the first 2 loops, through the last 2 loops. So we have 4 double crochets in this chain space. Next we will do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and move to the next chain 3 space. I will keep crocheting in these yarn ends for 1 more chain space. So 4 double crochets, yarn around your hook, go through the chain space, through the first 2, through the last 2. First double crochet done. Second double crochet. Number 3. And number 4. Depends on how long your yarn ends are. Maybe you can even go for another chain 3 space. But I am done here, so I will drop these. We have 2 times chain 4 double crochets. So we will do a chain of 2 and move to the next chain 3 space right here. So yarn around your hook, first double crochet, second double crochet, number 3, and number 4. Again, a chain of 2, 1, 2, and we move to the next chain space. Yarn around your hook, 4 double crochets, 1, 2, and I can push these over to get more space, 3, or even them out, and 4. Chain 2, and again 1, 2, 3, can push it over, and 4. Again, chain of 2, last chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3. I'll pull on this a little. And number 4. Oops. Number 4. And I finish my round with a chain 2 space and a slip stitch into this top chain I marked earlier. So go through this chain, yarn over and pull through, and also pull through the loop on your hook right away. So this is how my back looks now. I made 4 double crochets into each chain 3 space and in between a chain of 2. In the next round we will do a double crochet into each stitch of the previous round, into each double crochet of the previous round, and into the gap we will do a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. All right, let's start. I will do a chain of 2 first, which counts as my first double crochet, and then I will do 3 more to cover these 4 stitches. So this is number 2. Whoops. Number 2. Forgot to mark my stitch. This is the top chain. Number 3. And this is number 4. And into this chain 2 space I will do a double crochet. Try to stay on the right side. And then I will do a chain of 2, 1 and 2, and then I will do another double crochet, 1 and 2. So I have 5 double crochets so far. Here I have 1 double crochet. Now I will do 4 into the 4 of the previous round. So this is my first one right here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I will do a double crochet into the chain 2 space. So each side, this one is not finished because we will do a double crochet here. So don't let me confuse you. Each side gets 6 double crochets, 4 into the double crochet of the previous round, and 1 and 2 in the front and in the back. So each side of these 6 sides gets 6 double crochets. A chain of 2. Then we will do a double crochet again into this chain 2 space. And again, 4 on top of the 4 of the previous round. 1. I split the yarn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we will do a double crochet in the chain 2 space. And we have again 6 double crochets on this side. A chain of 2 and a double crochet into the chain 2 space. And again 4 on top of the 4 of the previous round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we have 1 into the chain 2 space, and we have again 6 double crochets. Chain 2, 1 into the chain 2 space, and 4 double crochets on top of the 4 of the previous round. This is my first one, second, third, and number 4. Then we do 1 double crochet right here into this chain 2 space. We have again 6 double crochets, chain of 2, 1 double crochet, 4 double crochets on top of the 4 of the previous round. 1, 2, whoops, that's a big loop right there. 2, 3, and 4. 1 into the chain 2 space. We do a chain of 2, and to finish the round I still need to do 1 more double crochet into this chain 2 space, which brings the count of double crochets of this side to 6. I will finish my round with a slip stitch into the top chain here, which is right here. I can tell it's not going to be easy. Yarn over and pull through, and also pull through the stitch on my hook. And this is our finished hexagon shape for the bag. You can make this bigger. You can just keep on crocheting double crochets into the stitches of the previous round, and always do a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into each gap you have in between, so you can grow this even bigger. But this is the size we want to go with, and in total for the bag we will need 16 hexagon shapes. I went with 12 flower and 4 without a flower, and I will tell you in a second why, because they will go on the bottom, and we will do the one without the flower now. So just cut the yarn here, and you can weave in this end. I can already cut this because I crocheted it in, and just weave in this end down here, and we can continue. So for the hexagon shape without a flower, we will start in the color green. We will do a magic ring like this, and into this magic ring I will do 2 double crochets, but my first one is going to be this chain right here. So I did 1 more chain. Oh, sorry, 2 chains actually. So we'll mark this stitch. This counts as my first double crochet, and then I will do another one like so, and then I will do a chain of 2, 1, 2, and again 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet, and the second one, and we will need in total 6 of these double crochet packs. So again a chain of 2, 2 double crochets. So this is the third pack, 1 and 2, chain of 2, always in between, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 now. I will close my magic ring a little bit, chain 2, 2 double crochets, number 5, and then we will chain 2, 2 double crochets. This is pack number 6, and then we end the round with 2 double crochets, a chain of 2, remove the stitch marker and do a slip stitch through this top chain right here yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. So this is my first round, and when I close the magic ring by pulling on the end, you can see the hexagon shape already. So this is my first round. I will continue with a chain of 2 for my first double crochet and 1 more double crochet into the double crochet of the previous round. And then we will do the same as we did with the flower one. Into this chain 2 space I will do a double crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, and another double crochet, all into this chain 2 space. On top of these 2 double crochets of the previous round, I will do again double crochets, and I will repeat this pattern. So on top of the double crochets, and into the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and again on top of these 2 we do 2 more, 1 and 2, and we have double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. Keep going until you get to the end of the round. Two double crochets, into the space, double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. Then we have again 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain 2 space, 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, two double crochets, one double crochet, chain 2 and 1 double crochet, and we're at the end of the round. Oh, and I forgot to mark my stitch. It's this chain right here, because this is the double crochet. So I will go through here and through here. So this is the chain. I will do a slip stitch, and you can see even more the hexagon shape. What I will do now is close my magic ring even further, and I will weave in this yarn later. All right, and now we get to round 3, which is our last round. I will do a chain of 2 again, which counts as my first double crochet, and now I will mark my stitch. Then we will do 2 double crochets. We have 2 stitches here, 1 and 2, into the chain 2 space, you guessed it, a double crochet, chain 2 and another double crochet. Now we have 4 double crochets, so we will do 4 more on top, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1 double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 2 and another double crochet. We have 4 double crochets, and just repeat until you get to the end of the round. I'm at the last chain 2 space, chain 2, do 1 double crochet, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I made 1, but in total we need 6. So here is our last double crochet we will do, and I will close my round into this chain here, with a slip stitch. And now you can see the perfect hexagon shape, and when we put the flower on top, it has the same size, and we can use these pieces for the bottom where the bag always sits at the bottom. I decided to not put flowers there. You can do flowers if you want, but I just went with this one. So I can cut the yarn here fast enough and weave this in, and also weave this one in. And in total, I will need 4 of this one. And as I said, we need 12 of the flower ones. All right, so this is the layout for the bag. I have the 4 panels without the flower here. This is going to be the bottom. We have 5 here, 5 here, and 2 on the side. And I connected these. Maybe it was a little bit overkill to use that many stitch markers, but yeah, that's just me. I connected all the pieces together, and to connect the rest of the bag, you will have to connect these 2 sides like this. And then you can see how this folds together. These 2 sides and these 2 sides, and the same on the other side, and then you get the bag. So I will do this on this side. And this is how the bag will go together. And if I do this side, you can see better how it gets, like how it gets into the bag shape. All right, and this is how the bag will get its shape. Later on we will crochet a border around, but I will do the same on this side. So connect these pieces going up, and then we can start attaching all the pieces together. And this is the bag with all the pieces attached to each other. If you don't have any stitch markers or anything, just start attaching the pieces while it's laying flat. It's just that you don't get lost, but for me it's easier to do it this way. I mean, you could also use little scraps of yarn and just tie an easy knot, so you have your bag complete. So here you can see these are the 4 pieces I made without the flower, because in the end they will sit at the bottom when I put my bag down, and I only needed the flowers on the side. All right, so let's start attaching the pieces. I flip the bag inside out, and I will start by going through the second of the chain I made here, the chain 2 space I made. I will go through this chain from top to bottom, and through this chain from bottom to top. And I will I have a kind of a longer yarn piece here, and I will just go around the stitches. Now I get to the double crochets, and I will remove this stitch marker. And I will just go through down here, up here. Keep it tight, not too tight. Down here, up here. Down and up. Down and up. Then I get to the next stitch marker, I will remove it. Down here, up here. Then I will do the first chain of the chain 2 space. And then I have to decide which way I go. Will I go this way or this way? In the end, just connect all the pieces. It doesn't matter which way you go. I will go through the second chain of the chain 2 space of this piece and the second chain 2 space of this piece and go to my left. And just keep connecting these pieces. Now we'll remove the stitch marker. And just go through the double crochets. And just keep doing this until I have all the pieces connected the way I have them attached to each other with the stitch marker now. When I get to the end of the yarn, I will just weave in the yarn. I have it loose here. Just weave in the yarn and use the next piece. So keep it tight, but as I said, don't pull too tight. Just keep going. So this is how our bag looks like now after I attached all the hexagon shapes. I still couldn't figure out the perfect way to connect all the pieces without ending up with little like one sides that I had to do with just a little piece of yarn. But in the end, I connected all the pieces. And this is our bag. So this is the inside, and we have the next part is going to be the border around and the straps. And for this, please do not start in between this section, because we will go around and then start the straps right away. And it should be outside of the highest point and in between. So I will go to the side and I will connect my yarn there. We'll just grab it. In my case, the green. And attach it with a slip stitch and do one chain. This is my first single crochet. We will go around with single crochets, and there's a technique I want to show you to make your single crochets sturdier. This is going through the stitch and grabbing the yarn with a yarn under technique. So your hook is over the yarn, you pull through, and then you do your single crochet. Normally you would go yarn over, but in this case I would suggest you go yarn under. This is a very common technique for amigurumi. It makes the pieces very sturdy because you get a certain X shape instead of a Y shape with your stitches, and it just makes them sturdier. So, and to explain, each section we have here, or each side, will have 6 single crochets on top of the double crochets we did for this hexagon. And what we do in between with these gaps will be different. So just for each double crochet, do a single crochet, and always do the yarn under technique if you're comfortable with it. All right, I get to my first corner, and this corner is smaller than straight, smaller than 180 degrees. So if I would do single crochets into each of these gaps, I would end up with a border that gets floppy because it has too many stitches. And what I will do here is decreasing. I will go through this chain space, grab my yarn and get it. It doesn't matter if it's yarn over or yarn under. Through here, grab the yarn, and then I will pull through all 3 loops at the same time. So I only have 1 stitch for these 2 gaps. And then I will continue on, so 6 single crochets. And into this gap, which is a corner that sticks up, I will do 2 single crochets to get around the corner. I want to go around, so I need more stitches, otherwise I will also end up with a floppy border. And then we will do 6 single crochets into the double crochet stitches again. We're at the corner that is smaller than 180, so we will connect these 2 holes again. So get the yarn, go through the next hole, get the yarn, 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3 loops. 6 single crochets again. Then we have the highest point again, where we will do 2 single crochets. Again 6. And we have a smaller corner again, so we will decrease, get the yarn. I did yarn under now, but it doesn't matter for the decrease. And we do 6 single crochets. We're already on the other side. All right, and then we decrease again these 2 stitches or these 2 gaps with 1 stitch. 6 single crochets, 4, 5 and 6. Highest point, so we will do 2, 1 and 2. Oops. Then again 6 single crochets. Decrease this corner, get the yarn, next gap, get the yarn, go through all 3 loops, 6 single crochets, again highest point, so 2 in this chain space, another 6 single crochets, we connect these 2 corners with a decrease, and then we get to the side where we started. We had 4 stitches at the beginning, was 1 chain and 3 single crochets, so I will do 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2, and then I will connect it with a slip stitch. All right, and we went around once, and the next time we go around we start with the straps. All right, so let's get to row number 2. I will do 1 chain, and at the beginning of the row I will do single crochets into each stitch, and I connected my yarn in the first round into the single crochet, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4 before I get to this corner stitch. We will count now so you don't lose track. So I will do a single crochet into the first stitch I did my slip stitch in, and I will mark this as my end stitch now. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And what I mean by that, these are the stitches that are on top of these double crochets of the hexagon shape itself. At the end we have 2, so in total we will have 6 again. We are at the corner stitch, and in this round for the corner stitch, which was a decrease before, I will just do a single crochet. Now I will do 6 single crochets, which equals the 6 double crochets of the hexagon. 4, 5, and 6. And that brings me to the 2 single crochets I made into this chain space. And now we will only do 1 single crochet in the first one. And then we start adding our strap. So we will do a chain of 70. 4, 5. So I finished my chain of 70 stitches. And I will make sure that I don't have it twisted. All right, this is right. And I will connect it to the next highest point of the next hexagon into the second stitch I made into this gap. So this one is the first stitch, and this one is the second stitch. So I will go through here, and I will connect it with a single crochet. Now I will do single crochets all around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means I should be in the corner. 1 single crochet. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 brings me back to the corner right here. Then we have another 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whoops, and 6 right here. And then we're back at the 2 single crochets in this gap. And I will only go through the first one, do a single crochet, and again a chain of 70 for our second strap. And I finish my second chain of 70, making sure I don't have it twisted. Yep, looks good. Now we'll just grab the next hexagon and attach it to the second stitch that is in this gap. This is the first one, and this is the second one. I will do a single crochet to attach it, and then I just have to do single crochets until I get to the end of the round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm at the corner stitch, and I have 2 more, 1 and 2, and I will end my round with a slip stitch into this first single crochet, and a chain. All right, so we did the second row, and we attached both straps, as you can see. And in the next row, we will just go around and do single crochets, and we will crochet along here and then along this chain on the other side and along the chain, which means that we will leave out this middle part, but we will come to this later and do some rows in here to make the strap more sturdy and also to make the border even. All right. So I'll just go back to the beginning and do single crochets into the same stitch I did my slip stitch in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm back at my corner stitch, and I will just do a single crochet on top of this. I will not decrease. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we have that one stitch we did, which was the one into this chain space. So we'll do a single crochet here, of course. And now we jump onto the chain. And for the chain, I will go through here and do a single crochet. I did not do the yarn under. Yes, I did. No, I don't know. And do the same for all the others. And when we do the inner part here, we will go through the back loop of the chain right here. So now just go through the regular loop of the chain, which can be a little tricky if you made the loops too tiny. Just go through both. That's the point of it. Like this, so you have the whole loop on your hook. And then do a single crochet. So I went along the whole chain with single crochets and we're back down here. So this is the single crochet I made into the second single crochet from the gap. Now we have 6 single crochets to get along the border of the hexagon. 4, 5 and 6. Then we're at the corner stitch, this one. Then we have 6 to get along the side. 5 and 6. Again, the corner stitch right here. Then we have 6 to get closer to the chain. 4, 5 and 6. And this last one right here is the one I did into the first single crochet of this chain space. And we're back at our second strap, and we will just do single crochets all along the chain. I finished the single crochets on my second chain, and I will have 1 single crochet here, and then we get to the 6 single crochets on the edge of this hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we get to the corner stitch right here, and then we have 1 and 2 single crochets, and we will end it with a slip stitch into the first single crochet of this round and a chain. I will do another round of just single crochets all around, and then we get to the inside, but this is something I will do off camera. I think this is very self-explanatory. I think this is something we can do off camera. There's nothing fancy about it. Just do single crochets into each stitch around. So I finished my technically 4th round of this border, and I ended the round with a slip stitch. And now I can cut the yarn and weave in this yarn end. And as I said before, we left out the inside here, if you can see. We did 1 row here, and we did 1, 2, 3, 4 rows here. So if you want, this is totally up to you. If you're fine with the width of the strap, you can leave it like this. You could do an extra round here, attaching the yarn and just go around. and do it as often as you want. You may only attach one more row, or you just leave it like that. I will do at least one more row. I will check how it looks. But let's start with one row. And I will attach my yarn here, which is one of the first one of the 6 single crochets on this edge. We'll do a slip stitch, and then I will do one chain, and this is my first single crochet, and then I will go here 2, and I will mark my stitch. So this is my chain. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we're at the corner stitch, which we will only do a single crochet. Then we have another 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now this is the one single crochet we need to do. That's the first one of this chain 2 space. And now don't get fooled. Don't do a crochet or a stitch in here, because we already crocheted here. We attached the chain into this stitch. So now we will go to the chain. So flip your work a little, and this is the first loop of our chain. And here I will go through and do a single crochet. And now I will try to go through each loop at the bottom and do a single crochet. This is a little tough, but it's manageable. And if you do it like this, you get a beautiful pattern for your strap. So you will have this beautiful chain and this beautiful chain visible. This is another reason why it's a good idea to do at least one row in this middle part. So I just go around and do one single crochet into each stitch and end my round here. So I went all around the chain. And now we get to the point where we go back onto the bag. And here, just so you don't get it confused, when you look at this this way, this stitch already has a single crochet inside. So do not go like this and do not go like this. Find the second single crochet that was in this chain 2 space, which is this one. I will do a single crochet here, and then I will close my round because I'm already at the end of the round. Going through here and do a slip stitch. And now I will show you the bag. This is how my bag looks like now. The strap itself looks even better this way. And for me, this border is enough. I will not go further because the strap also just gets wider. So I will leave it like this. So I only added one more row, and I will do the same on the other side. I will just attach my yarn here and I will go all the way around. So I finished both sides of the inner part of the strap with one more additional row. And you can see that the strap looks really neat with this chain visible on both sides. And this is the finished bag. I think it looks super cute. It has a lot of room inside and it's, yeah, perfect for me. And I hope you liked my little tutorial, and thanks for watching.